Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about Vaxart, going with the ticker VXRT. I'm going to be talking about a little bit about their business, their plans, and why as well they've seen a really nice movement in the last few months, as well as a bit of technical analysis and institutional investors. So let's jump right into this one. So Vaxart. Now this one here there has been a lot of buzz about it. Now there's a few things that we need to take care of first. For instance, Vaxart to host a key opinion leader webinar to the importance of T-cell responses for COVID-19 vaccine. This is coming up on Monday, May 3rd, 2021 at 12 p.m. And if we were to look into some of the most important results that's been attributed lately, and that really goes on towards addressing some of the biggest problems that we're facing in North America, which is not a lot of people do want to get vaccinated, or at least a good percentage amount of people don't want to get vaccinated with the COVID-19 vaccine. And so what Vaxart is suggesting here is a different solution. A solution here that comes in as a pill form, a COVID-19 vaccine in a pill form. And through their polls, 23% of Americans don't plan on getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Among those who did not get vaccinated, almost a third of them would likely to get vaccinated if it was actually in a pill form. That means 18.7 more million people or Americans getting vaccinated. And out of that 18.7 million, you have 4.2 million Black Americans, 2.1 million Hispanic Americans, 1.6 million Asian Americans, and 3.2 million rural Americans. And what you're seeing here is that 22% of US adults 18 and above are afraid of needles. And so 23% of Americans don't plan on getting vaccinated. Among those who don't want to be vaccinated are 27% that are afraid of medical needle injections. And out of the US adults 18 plus, 7 in 10 prefer taking a pill over an injection, prefer taking a pill on their schedule to make an appointment, and prefer on taking a pill at home over getting a shot elsewhere. Americans overwhelmingly support innovations making coronavirus vaccines more accessible and easier to distribute. 75% wants the government to fund research for coronavirus vaccine and pill from that would be more easily accessible. 75% want government funding for a wider range of drug companies so Americans can access many different coronavirus vaccines. 81% support the development of vaccine pill that will eliminate the needs of freezers and simple distribution. And again, almost 2/3 of Americans prefer a pill vaccine to an injection, meaning coronavirus vaccines pills could be crucial on getting more Americans vaccinated. And it goes on towards a little bit further. Of the 18 Americans, adults plus and above, 36% prefer an injection, 64% prefer a pill. And it goes on a little bit on racial data. And basically, we get a little bit of an overview onto what they're trying to push. They're trying to push a pill form for COVID-19 vaccine that would probably decrease the hesitancy of some of these Americans, and you get to see they go on with even further on results. Now, a quick thing that we need to understand here. What are they talking about the COVID-19 vaccine pill? Does it exist? Well, so far, it seems that it actually does exist. It's a part of their pipeline here under COVID-19. It's currently in phase 1, and we did receive a bit of information about this one before. So for instance here, back on February 3rd, 2021, Vaxart announces positive preliminary data from phase 1 clinical trials evaluating its oral COVID-19 tablet vaccine candidate. Study reached primary and secondary endpoints of safety, respectively. Now, the COVID-19 or the VXA-COVID2-1 induced protein or potent CD8 plus T cells response, and VXA-COVID2-1 potentially protective against new and emerging COVID-19 strains. Data to be presented today at the New York Academy of Science. That was all the way back in February 3rd. And so, in all retrospect, we don't see that COVID-19 vaccine being in a phase 3. It's currently in the midst of actually being developed. Of course, we do have some promising data from phase 1 clinical trials, but it still has a bit of road to go. And it could work, it could not work. There's a bit of speculations onto where that would go. Nonetheless, let's just read a little bit further points on the latest news on April 23rd. Vaxart appoints David Whedon, MD, on its board of directors. Now, the board of directors is appointing the director of Dr. Whedon, is a health policy leader and physician with more than 3 decades of global experience in the pharmaceutical industry, coordinating interests of public health companies in trade groups and regulatories. Now, we welcome Dr. Whedon to our board of directors, said Andre Flory, the chief executive officer of Vaxart. His significant experience working in multinational regulatory environment and global health policy will assist as we advance our portfolio on oral tablet vaccines, including our COVID-19 vaccine that is poised to enter phase 2 clinical trials. And that is another news that we're seeing here, is that it is almost going on towards phase 2 trials, and that is amazing. Now, some other things that we need to take a look at. And before we move on, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to scroll down below, click that like button, and if you would like to join our Discord, it's totally free. You can click show more, join my Discord on here. I'll show you a little bit of a clip at the very end. And now towards technical analysis, but before then, let's take a quick look into institutional buyers. Institutional buyers seems to be somewhat mixed. Now, most of them I would say are bullish than bearish in that sense. And that's definitely something that is always we're looking for. We're looking for institutions to keep picking on this one. In the last, I would say, perhaps week or so, you're seeing that there is massive amount of shares being added from different companies. So that's definitely bullish. And on the insider, we don't see much things going on. So let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, on the technical analysis point of view, and keep in mind some of this might look very bullish because of the move today. Now, on the 1-day perspective, what we get to see here is that the price point is all above the moving averages. Now, the 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA. That is bullish, although the 200 SMA is above the 50 SMA. That is bearish. However, the price point is sitting currently at 833, which is above the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA, which are indication for a bullish price point. Now, the ADX shows in that it's starting on to pick up a little, but it's not confirming any trend at all. It starts to signal perhaps a trend above the 20. And if we're looking into William% R, we're seeing that this stock has been overbought for quite a bit, but even though today has been less overbought than the day before. That means there was a bit more selling action in general in terms of ratios compared to the day before. Now, in terms of MACD, you're looking at a really bullish point. It really sped on that histogram, and you're seeing a massive push on the bullish side. Now, on momentum again, you're looking at a momentum of 280 compared to what you've seen on the day before of only 0.39. So that's massive. Now, currently, if you take a look into the volumes, this has almost been the highest volumes that ever received, if not the second highest. And in that sense, you're looking into, yes, a lot of people bought and selling, but the price point did not jump as much as it did previously. This could be associated with more or multiple bag holders that are associated with the price point previously, as we talked about. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are showing that there could be very much of another leg up. Now, on the Fibonacci retracements, we're seeing that on the 607, that's a current support. It was a resistance before. The current new resistance is at 967. Above there, 1257, 1548, 1962, 2490. The current support, other than the 607, is 25 cents. And we can go ahead with some price line actions to determine what are the closest supports to this one. A very strong one lies at 857 as a resistance. I'm going to do supports in a second. And then above there, 981. Above there, you're looking at 1077. And then you're looking into 1252, 1387, and then up to 1561. Strong current supports, you're looking at one currently at 807. Below that, there's a very strong one at 697, 661, and then below there, 629, 554, and then down towards the 487, following that 394 and 344. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, definitely, it looks like it's a very interesting concept. And in theory, if it does work, everything they're saying about that opinion piece regarding getting more Americans vaccinated will be massive. And think about the distribution as well. You get a pill, you take it at home, you don't have to come towards a hospital or vaccination clinics. Now, in some places in the world, it's not only America, it can be very much applicable and almost kind of a no-brainer. However, this is still in testing phases, and all we know that it might go ahead and go all the way until the end of the year in order to get perhaps a phase 3 results, and we might actually just flunk around. But what might be actually be very interesting in this one is their COVID-19 variants, kind of on the effectiveness on this one on COVID-19 variants. And if that is the case, then we might, instead of getting a booster shots, we might be able to get something like this kind of pill over on almost every fall or so, and it becomes almost maybe perhaps over the counter or subsidized medicine that could be perhaps by showing an ID or something. You get one every fall or something. That's always something that was quite interesting and quite intriguing. And if they get the COVID-19 vaccine as a pill, then they perhaps can get the flu shots as a pill as well, and all that stuff coming through. Now, what do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.